So off the back of Ismael Barroso getting such a concussive knockout win over O'Hara Davis, and obviously before that he fought Wally Romero, and a lot of people thought he won that fight. Another thing got me thinking is obviously you got Zhang Zhilei, who managed to get like decisive wins over Joyce. Obviously Joyce is a bit of an older fighter himself, but the fact is, he managed to get a win over a younger opponent that many people thought was going to beat him. Zhang obviously was coming off a loss against Hrgovic before he fought Joyce, and a lot of people thought he won that fight. And I'm just making a comparison between them two. I mean, obviously, nobody thought Barroso was going to. Ismael Barroso was going to put himself in a position to potentially win a world title because everyone just saw him as old, and they thought the same thing before his fight against Rolly Romero, and they thought the same thing before his fight against O'Hara Davis, that a lot of people just thought he was an old guy. But the fact is, we saw how concussive his punching power was, and it's the same with Zhang Zhilei. You can see how concussive his punching power was when he knocked out Joyce in their second fight. So both of them are dark horses in their division, in their respective divisions. And not only that, they're both punchers. And not only that, they're fighters that are in the top five that nobody wants to fight because you just don't look good against them. Nobody's clamoring to fight Zhang. And after his win against O'Hara Davis, after they witnessed his concussive punching power, I don't think anyone within the light welterweight division is clamoring to fight Ismael Barroso, sorry, because not Ryan Garcia would not want to fight him. Obviously, fighters like Devin Haney and such, they would rather avoid him than fight him because he's so dangerous. I mean, Rolly Romero, I think he's having nightmares about him. Whoever wins that belt, whether he's going to fight Ryan Garcia or whoever he's going to fight in his next fight, they're going to have to fight him. Because obviously he has the WBA interim title. And it's the same with Zhang. Zhang Zhilei's got the WBO interim title. So he's a mandatory for whoever has the WBO title. So the fact is, right, both of them are dark horses in their division. Both of them are quite elderly. They're in their 40s. But both of them are coming off very impressive concussive wins, like brutal wins against their opposition. And I feel like there's comparison to be made between the two of them. I think they're both world class and the top five in their respective divisions. But the thing that I find funny is that it seems like they're reaching their prime now. But the ironic thing is they're reaching their prime at a later stage. So they're reaching their prime in their 40s. Because I remember Ismael Barroso back in his earlier day when he was fighting the likes of Corolla. And don't get it twisted, he was still a dangerous fighter back then. But I don't think he had the patience and the seasoning that he's got now. And Zhang was always a good fighter, but we saw how he was like in the Olympics against Anthony Joshua. Don't get it twisted, that was 11 years ago. But the fact is, he's grown since then, and I think he'll give Joshua a hell of a fight now. So it's just an observation I made about both of them. They're similar fighters in the sense that they're both older, so they're both in their 40s. They're both punchers. They're both feared in the division. Nobody wants to fight them. They're both dark horses. Like everyone's looking at AJ, everyone's looking at Fury, everyone's looking at Usyk. No one's, even though he's a top five in his division, seen by everyone, no one's looking at him like he's going to get to the top. But just seeing the way the division is going, and it's the same with Ismael Barroso. Even after his win against Davis, I don't think anyone's seen him as racing ahead of the Devin Haney's, the Teofimo Lopez's, and Sabril Mateus's of the world to become the head of the division. So they're both dark horses, they're both underdogs. But I think it's there's a similarity between the two of them. And I can't wait to see where their career progresses from now. So tell me what you think. Maybe you think I'm reaching. Maybe there's no comparison between the two of them. But I think there is a bit of a comparison between the two of them. They're kind of similar. And the crazy thing is they're in two separate weights. One of them is at heavyweight. One of them is at light welterweight. But they're both elderly, like older than their opposition. And they're still performing great and getting breakthrough wins. And I mean, Joyce is probably the best win of Zhang's entire career. I don't know about if obviously Ismael Barroso has been in there with good fights like Kevin Mitchell and such, Rolly Romero, but in terms of the most easiest victory of his career, I mean that KO win over over O'Hara Davis to win the WBO interim belt might be one of his best wins. So tell me what you think below. I mean, he knocked out a guy that's like 11 years younger than him. He was coming off a win against Ritson, who was looking like he was going to take over. I mean, Golden Boy gave him a golden contract, and I think they signed him for like 300K for a 3-fight deal, and he managed to knock him out. So tell me what you think about the comparison I'm making. Do you see a similarity between the two of them, or do you think I'm reaching? Tell me what you think, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.